video is gonna be for you guys trying to put together one of the jack stand holders, whether you got it from a class or you got it from one of the shows and now you just forgot how to get through the sequence of putting it together. This will walk you right through all the process and get you going. First step is going to be cleaning up your pieces. You can use a ball peen hammer, smack off any slag from the plasma cutting that might be here. I ran a wire wheel over it just to clean it up. And then once you have your pieces clean, you lay them out, get all your tools out, get all your equipment set up. And then the first piece we're going to do is we're going to put one of the sides of the holder. We'll start tacking it into place. And then your dimensions, outside face to outside face on your two hooks here, is 2 inches. So so that you don't trap yourself, just something to think about and make it harder on yourself than it needs to be. Once that other piece comes in, now you're gonna have a little restriction there to get to the welds on the inside in between the 2 hooks. So what we're gonna do is make sure we got this one 90 degrees. We'll monitor it throughout our welding, get it all in place and weld it out, and then we'll come add the other one. That way at least one side of the hooks isn't so hard on you. All right, so you clamp down that backing plate. I used a magnet here to hold the hook up. Set my square to 5/16 and put a 5/16 gap on the outside. And then I've got my pusher here just to move it and walk it back and forth as needed as we work our way down. Okay, now that you have that tacked up, you're going to do about 1.5 inch long fillets, intermittent, on both sides of this hook piece. And you can stagger it. We'll do staggered intermittent fillets, vice chain intermittent fillets. So get the 1.5 inch on the ends, and then you can equally space it out and mark it up, and you'll have these opposing fillets right here all the way across. After you get that done, then we'll tack up the second piece and weld that one out. Just to point out these staggered intermittent fillets, you can see you've got weld right here on one side, and then one right here, one right here, and then that'd be your pattern throughout the whole piece. All right, now let's go ahead and get that second hook set put in. So, because God only gave us 2 hands, you got to get creative sometimes if you don't have a helper. So I found a piece of scrap, got it pinned down just to keep these from falling over on me. Got them kind of close. And then I have my square from earlier. I know what dimension I need to move this outside face of this hook. I got that lined up. And then right here, you'll notice it's gonna be hard to double check 90 because it's so tight in this space. So what I'm gonna do is basically project out. I have another piece of 3/16 plate. I can use that to come off right here, shoot that over. And I can see I've got a little gap on top, so I'll be able to pull that over before I tack it. But I'm just about in the right spot. And then the last thing to check for me is that these hooks made up so your jack doesn't sit on there funny. So I'm gonna take this straight edge, run it in here, and then make sure that it hits the hooks at the same spot. Once I get all that dialed in, I have to start putting some tacks, double check everything, and then production weld it up. I'm starting to see what it's going to look like here. So now you can see we've got our 2-inch outside to outside dimension. Now we're ready to start production welding the other side out. All right, now we have it all welded out. So you're ready to get those jack stands up off the ground. Save yourself some shop space. You can either shoot some clear on it, paint it, don't do anything with it, but it's ready to mount. For any more information on upcoming events or classes that we're having at the shop, visit soldamos.com.